Hey everyone, what's up? It's me, lo-fi musician and producer, Blue Sirens. And I just saw the movie The Colors Within, and let's talk about it. Let's review it. I think a lot of people that are into music or did music in high school will really like this movie, but overall, it's just an okay kind of comfort movie. It's not anything I think people are really going to be rushing out to see unless they're just, naturally drawn to what's in the movie. And the movie is about a group of teenagers that form a band. The quote-unquote main character of the movie has some sort of form of synesthesia where they see people as colors, and kind of goes back and forth between the movie if it's something she sees all the time or just part of the time. They make some ambiguous references to how it works. It's kind of weird. But overall, it's about three teenagers kind of finding out who they are and what they want to do with their life, and then kind of having a sad ending. So our main teenager that has synesthesia, Tatsuya, she is going to an all-girls Catholic school, and one of her classmates has a very noticeable color that she thinks is very pretty, and this girl suddenly drops out. She finds her later on working at a used bookstore, and a boy that is in the store just kind of interjects and says, "Oh, I see you, the girl that's working at the bookstore, who is Kimi, is playing a guitar, and Katsuya is buying a piano book for beginners." And he says, "Hey, if you're in a band, I'd like to be in a band with you." And they just form a band kind of on the spot and practice a few times throughout the movie. But Kimi drops out of high school and doesn't tell her grandma, who she lives with. And Remy, who is the boy that joins the band, he is supposed to be a doctor. His parents have a clinic, and he's expected to run it as a doctor and go to school for being a doctor and all those things, but he really just wants to do music. And Katsu is kind of like the in-between person who is just trying to understand, how to kind of be who she is. Remy's trying to fight the ideas of what he should do with his life that his parents have put on him, and Kimi is kind of running away from things all the time. It's later revealed in the movie that her and her brother ran away from their parents and stays with their grandma, and she doesn't know what she wants to do next. So through music and being together as friends, they kind of find out what they want to do next with their life. And throughout all this, the one character that I think is the best one that isn't really considered a main character is there's a sister, a nun that works at the Catholic school that Katsuya goes to, and she kind of catches them in these situations where it's not really the best for them. Kimi spends the night at the school because she's trying to cover up that she's on a field trip when she's not really at a field trip, so her grandma doesn't know that she's dropped out. This nun notices this and kind of covers for her. Later on, there's a snowstorm and Katsuya can't get back to the school, and she covers for her again. And so there's developments where you kind of see that this adult maybe has some experiences that they're not telling about. And later on, it's revealed that she was in a rock band when she was in high school as well, too. And they don't really dive into anything about that at all in the movie. It's just that one line to kind of say, I used to be a part of that world, and I think it's cool that you're part of it. But there could have been a lot more said. There could have been a lot more said from that character's perspective, and I think that would have gone a long way for people watching the movie. Because I think most people that do art or want to do something creative, they start doing it maybe just out of the love for it, and then as they put more and more stuff out there, it gets critiqued and reviewed, and it's sometimes easy for people to fall out of love of doing an art if they just get a ton of bad reviews, or they don't get a lot of support that they need, or people just in general don't believe in them or what they're trying to do. And this is the one character in the movie that believed in all these teenagers and what they wanted to do. And she even hooks them up with playing a show at the very end, and they do great. Remy's mom comes from the clinic to see him play. Remy's grandma comes, and everyone is having a good time, and they're super proud, or at least appear to be super proud, of everyone that's doing music. But then we cut to like the ending scene, and Remy's going to college, and that's kind of it. Me and Katsu are staying behind, and they're sad, and they run after the ferry he's on and say goodbye, and that's pretty much it. Now, content-wise of this movie, it's almost 2 hours long. This could have been 45 minutes. There's a lot of scenes that are not really important or are kind of just there to, I think, draw out the movie. The animation's great, but there's a lot of scenes that don't really add a lot of context. So I think 45 minutes to an hour would have been enough time to do this movie. There's also this idea of, in all the trailers and all the promotion, that the synesthesia that Katsuo has is going to play a bigger role in this, when really it's kind of just what gets her into knowing other people, and then after like the first 30 minutes they don't really talk about it. So there are scenes later on where they each kind of confess what's going on, and they have some sort of secret they want to share, but they only really do that in this scene, I think, to bring everyone together. And the only secret that Katsuo has is this kind of synesthesia thing. So maybe that's why they gave it to her, to, get people invested. But it's just not really a central part of the movie. It's there in the beginning, a little at the end, and it's kind of written off. So I don't really think it was a good idea to have it be a big part of the marketing, but not really be a central part to the movie, or not be in the movie as much as I think people thought it would be. And then on top of that, the whole aspect of the Catholic school, what kind of was weird at times. It's not the weirdest, but it just kind of seemed like it's forced there, because this could have been a completely just regular school. I don't know why they had to do it this way. Maybe they were trying to have some sort of ideas of like how strict certain things had to be, or it just kind of seemed forced at times. But again, like, this movie was just way too long. It's a good comfort movie for people that just want to put something on the background, and it's good vibes, and the animation's great. The music that the group, the band in the movie makes at the end is good. I liked it. I enjoy the songs. I would listen to those songs again outside of the movie, but it's just not anything that I think is, oh my gosh, everyone has to see this movie. I think the people that are really going to enjoy this movie are people that did music in high school or try to form a band. The way they go about making a band in this movie is almost the exact same way I went about making a band when I was in high school or college, just going to music shops and trying to put up flyers or talk to people there and see if they wanted to be in a band, if they knew someone that wanted to be in a band. So it pulled on some of my heartstrings, because there were certain scenes where I'm like, yep, that's exactly what I did. I think each one of these three characters do represent a different side or different experience that people are doing music in high school or with other people do go through. Of, is this really the thing that they should be doing with their life? Do they believe in themselves? And is this something that they genuinely love so much, but they just don't know how to move forward with it? So each one of these three characters, I think the idea of it was that someone's gone through these three things, so we're trying to treat them equally as experiences so that we can reach a broader range of people. But I think what really killed it is, just for me, it's too long of a movie, and the marketing of the synesthesia being like the big thing is just not there. It could have been some other ploy or some other character development for Katsuo that really made it a solid movie, but it's something that's so special and unique, and it's even the title, The Colors Within, and it just doesn't, it's only there for maybe like the first 20 minutes and then like the last 15 minutes. So it just doesn't seem to make a lot of sense to have that be part of the movie and not have so much space between what we're talking about or referencing when it comes to using the colors within. Like I said, it's a good movie for people that like music or like comfort movies, but it's not for everyone. So I can't really say it's, more than maybe like a 5 or 6 out of 10, because it's just not a movie that I think a lot of people will see, or if they do want to see it, I think not a lot of people walking out of that movie theater are going to think, wow, that was a great movie. I really connected with it, because it's mostly about very unique experiences that people go through that are writing music. It's not trying to have you live an experience through this movie that you may never have got to have. It's very much, hey, we're appealing to a smaller group of people, I believe. But have you seen The Colors Within? What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Peace.